Welcome to Advocating for Dads with Jana Jones.
Welcome to Advocating for Dads, the podcast where we dive into family law issues and provide practical advice to fathers navigating the complexities of custody, divorce, and separation. I'm your host, Zofia Morales, and joining me is Jana K. Jones, a dedicated family law attorney who's been serving fathers in North Carolina since 2009. If you're a father in North Carolina, you won't want to miss the expert advice Jana has to offer on how to create a separation agreement that works for you and your children. Today's episode is flat fee or hourly, understanding legal costs before you sign. Welcome, Jana. I'm so happy to have you here with me today.
Hey there. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, and I'm excited to join this discussion with you here. So why don't we start with the basic difference between flat fee and hourly billing when it comes to family law cases?
Sure. So basically, a flat fee is a certain amount that you pay in full, usually upfront, that covers you for a specific service. And we call it a lot of times unbundled legal services. So it might just be for one particular hearing. It might be for drafting a certain document. It might be for representing you at a certain mediation. Just one or two things usually is included with a flat fee. And then there are different ways that flat fees get done. There can be a flat fee for an entire case, or it could be a flat fee where it's more of a subscription model where you pay a certain amount per month towards the services of the attorney. So those are two major kinds of ways that flat fees are handled. On the other side is going to be traditional hourly billing. And in that scenario, the money that someone is paying an attorney is still their money, but it's going to go into the attorney's trust account. And that attorney is going to bill against it at their hourly rate. And so are their paralegals, legal assistants, and various other people at the firm as they work on the case. And when they run low on money, they're going to ask for more money. And if you do not have it, they are going to stop working on your case, regardless of where you are in your case.
Yeah, that sounds like a significant drawback.
It can be for folks. It really can be. And so I decided probably, well over 5 years ago to stop with that model. I haven't billed hourly since then. I only do flat fees or a subscription-based model.
Excellent. So why do some attorneys still use the whole hourly billing schema, whereas others are moving more towards your model?
Sure. Well, it's the traditional way. It's the traditional way that billing gets done for attorneys. The flat fee model is a newer concept, and it can be difficult to take into consideration all of the various things that may happen during litigation when you're doing flat fees. But I've done my best to figure out the averages and then work towards a flat fee that allows people to budget accordingly and understand exactly what they're going to be able to get for their money.
Yeah, I really like that because you're already in this space of great uncertainty with the separation and all the other stuff going on. And it would be nice to have something you can count on, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, something that you can know what to expect.
Absolutely. So what kind of services are typically covered in a flat fee kind of structure, and what might lie outside of that framework?
Sure. So a flat fee is going to cover whatever it is that you are retaining someone on for that particular fee. But the fees that aren't typically covered, whether you're doing flat fees or you're doing hourly billing, are going to be costs associated with litigation. So this is going to be things like the cost for expert witnesses, appraisals, filing fees, service processor fees, anything where there's a fee associated with litigation, but it's not actually going towards the attorney or in their time. That is something that the client is still going to be responsible for.
So there's still some variables here, but you've controlled as much as you can control.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And for the things that we know are going to be outside the scope, we do our best to kind of estimate that so that people can still budget accordingly.
I like that. So are there any situations where hourly billing might actually make more sense than trying to go with a flat fee?
In my opinion, no. I haven't done hourly billing in over 5 years. I don't see it as beneficial. It's time consuming. It's tedious. It takes away the point to me. Like, my mentality on family law work is I'm trying to get you to resolution. I'm trying to get you to the other side of this. I'm not looking for ways to nickel and dime you. And so a lot of times with the hourly billing, clients feel like they're being nickeled and dimed. And that's understandable when they're looking at their invoice every month or every 2 weeks, and they're being constantly asked for money that they didn't expect to have happen. Or maybe something's just happened and they'd like to touch base with the attorney and book a client phone call, and then they get their invoice and it finds out it costs them $200 just to talk to their attorney. Those are the types of things that people don't appreciate, and they're already stressed enough, particularly in this area of the law. So I just wanted to find a way to be able to provide fair legal services to people in a way that is profitable. Obviously, I'm a law firm and I am a for-profit firm, but does not put people in a position where they're just completely out on a limb and suddenly they just can't afford their attorney anymore.
And that would be absolutely devastating to get partway through and then your legal advisor is gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how can a client who's looking for representation like this avoid being blindsided by these unexpected costs?
Pay attention to your retainer agreement. Read through it thoroughly. Understand what it covers and what it doesn't cover. Understand how the attorney is billing and what their hourly rate is. Understand how the paralegal is billing and what their hourly rate is, legal assistants and secretaries, etc. And ask for an estimate so that you can get an idea of what this might end up costing you. Or, of course, come see me and you'll be able to know exactly what this is going to cost you. We'll be able to price it out for you in the consultation and let you know what will get you from one stage to the next.
I love that. I love that, because the last thing you need are these huge dollar unexpected surprises.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So how does your firm's flat fee model help people plan financially and stay more focused on the case?
So because you know what you're going to be spending, you can kind of set that aside. Unlike most attorneys, I don't have you put a credit card on file. I don't like that. I don't like when people just bill me. So I don't do that. We send you a link to pay your bill each month if you're on the subscription plan. And if you do not pay, then obviously you're not going to work. But if you do, we're just going to pick up right where we left off and keep on moving. And I think that provides a lot of clarity and peace of mind to my clients. And they really appreciate already knowing in advance when their bill is going to be due and exactly how much it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, and it's so much simpler if you know it's going to be X amount and I can spread it over Y amount of time. It just takes a lot of financial stress off.
Absolutely.
So what advice would you give someone who's currently looking around for representation and comparing legal fee structures for the very first time? I'm sure it's overwhelming in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So I would say start with Google, right? ChatGPT. Look and truly understand the difference between the two models, between hourly billing and flat fees, and subscription models and things of that nature. And then as you're calling around to different firms, ask them what they charge on average for a particular type of case, whatever it is that you're looking to do, to see if you can get an estimate of what you can expect to spend. Every case truly is unique, and so it's very difficult to give an estimate, which is why my team is unable to give that when you first call in. That is something that I'm going to have to quote you in the consultation because it really depends on your facts and circumstances. But you can get a general gist or an idea. If you're calling a firm that does hourly billing, you can ask simply, what is your hourly rate? That'll give you an idea of what the hourly rate is for the attorney. And then you can expect that the paralegal, legal assistant, and other folks that are working on the case will be charging an hourly rate as well, but it should not be as high as the attorneys.
Still a lot of moving parts. And I love the fact that you're willing to sit down and have that conversation so you can really dial it in for someone.
Absolutely.
Because that's always so much better than, well, our range is between this and this, or my hourly rate is whatever. Yeah, I like that. Thank you so much for giving us this insight into the world of the costs around dealing with family law issues, giving us some real tools to work with. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure.
And thank you for joining us on Advocating for Dads with experienced law attorney Jana K. Jones. To connect with Jana, head to lawofficeofjkj.com and be sure to like, subscribe, review, and share with those you care about.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this one.